welcome back to Dead DIY and our Plausible Deniability Space Engineers Survival playthrough series. Trying to keep the volume down. Sorry, we got stuff going on in the background, but I just wanted to welcome you back to the channel as we continue with what looks like we're going to be building, continue to work on, is going to be our main base of operations. So I'll get to it. I'll be quiet so we can fast forward what we need to fast forward through. But thanks for checking out the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can find out when we got new stuff coming out. Thanks again so much for guys for coming and checking us out. I'll see you in a little bit.
Alright, now that we got the original introduction done and out of the way, let me just give you a quick update on what this episode is going to show. First of all, you might notice it's a little bit shorter than our usual plausible deniability episodes, and the reason why this particular recording session was shorter than usual is I had begun to notice some different mod related issues that were kind of manifesting, and it's something that will end up showing itself a little bit later. So one of those things you may notice anytime I approach a connector, you'll see almost looks like an atomic symbol or a molecule like the symbol, and that was something I had begun to notice when we were taping these, which, as you can see on the title card, was actually still back in 2023. And as a quick side note, I'm going to start doing that, putting in the title cards when these episodes were actually taped, so that you can kind of get an idea of time frame for how long it's been since this was actually done. But there's also some other mod conflict that is taking place that manifests a little later. It might be happening now, but it's hard to tell, because what you'll see is a dark red, it looks like contact on my HUD. The one difference being is, as your field of view is adjusted as you're moving around, you can see how these markers will shift from side to side depending on what direction they are from how you're looking at that point. This particular marker does not follow that. It's only visible when you're looking in the direction of it. So it's not like you get a little arrow saying, hey, this is behind you, or this is to your left, or this is to your right, or it's above you, that sort of thing. It is only visible when you are looking close enough toward it that it actually falls within your screen view. And what it was a it just says large grid, and I think it was 6.5 something. Anyway, that made no sense to me. So when I went to the entity list off screen, there was no large grid 6531 or whatever it happened to be at the time. There was no way for me to tell how far away it was from me. Nothing. There's nothing in the entity list, but there's this marker out there. And when I actually finished this recording session off camera, I actually took spectator mode and I went out to see what it was. And there was actually nothing there. There was nothing there. But it was thousands of kilometers away. And I still have no explanation for why it was showing up on the screen. And it went away on its own later. Same thing with the atom kind of depiction whenever I would approach a connector. It just went away. So what I believe was going on is, at the time, and I can't remember if we did have an update that was approaching. Like I said, this was filmed a few days before Christmas of 2023. But it may have just been a temporary conflict caused by an update in a mod, or perhaps I had added a mod that in the mod loading hierarchy just kind of conflicted with some things. So I don't know what caused it.
Just gonna say something real quick. It seems like I'm moving slower than usual. I don't know if it looks that way to you guys.
That was another thing that I also experienced. It did not seem like I accelerated as fast as I had been in previous episodes. So, see here, you can't see that symbol, but I guarantee you will see it later. And again, no explanation for it. So this recording session ended up actually being only about half an hour because I was seeing these things, it wasn't making sense, and I wanted to try to figure out what was going on. So the update is that I was never able to identify exactly what it was, and it went away on its own. I'm not very knowledgeable about mods as far as mod loading hierarchy. I feel like it has led to some issues in some of my playthroughs. I just haven't been able to get the motivation up to delve into how Space Engineers prioritizes mods, how mods overwrite previously loaded mods, that sort of thing. Maybe one day I'll get to the point where it's like, you know what, I just need to know how this works. But I'm not at that point right now. So as I get ready to wrap this part up, because I know I've been talking pretty much the entire episode now, when it comes to this main operating base and the way I'm laying it out, this cavity inside of this asteroid has multiple levels, as you've probably noticed as we've flown around. And I really wanted to kind of incorporate the natural layout of this cavity as a part of the base design. So I wanted to have, like a ground floor, and then you'll see where it seems like there's some ledges, or it's like we wanted to place certain areas of this base. I wanted to use that terrain to kind of develop the inside of this base. So I wanted kind of an industrial area. I wanted a storage area. If something should ever happen and this base get attacked and they breach the cavity, I don't want items that are, if they're destroyed, are going to cause exponential damage, like hydrogen tanks or reactors or anything like that, to damage other critical areas of the base. So I want to kind of lay things out in a way that's logistic as well as complementary to the inside of this cavity. So we're going to have an area where we build things, where we build things and refine things, and then we're going to have a dedicated storage area. We're going to have an area that processes ice for oxygen and hydrogen. We're going to have a hydrogen storage area. We're going to have a power area, and then we'll have like a residential, the housing area, and then an operational area. And they're going to be separated because, again, these things we don't want, you don't want your, say we were running a combat information center. This is where people are on watch, they're handling weapons, they're doing in defense of the structure. You don't want a hydrogen tank parked right next to it so that if the hydrogen tank explodes, it wipes out your ability to tactically engage. So Not necessarily something you experience in this game, especially in a single player survival playthrough, but you just want to kind of keep that mindset. So there's a lot of thought going into how we're laying this out. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go ahead and let the original audio play through. I will start talking at the end as, again, I'm noticing these oddities that I believe were mod conflicts. And then we'll wrap up real quick. But again, short episode. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch it and to listen to me ramble. But I do hope you enjoy it. I love this base. This was just a pleasure to work on. So I hope you guys like it. And if you come up with any ideas for this base, go ahead and throw them in the comments. And the reason I say this is this may have been months ago that this was taped, but this base is always subject to improvement. And even though we may leave this base area and explore other areas of the star system, as is the mission, this is going to be our main operating base, so it will always be subject to improvement. So if you've got any ideas or things you notice, throw them in a comment. Throw them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. All right, I'll let you guys go. I'll see you at the end of the video.
full power bar keeps your AI happy while you sleep.
because we definitely got something going on here. I don't know what that is, and I can't think of any reason why it should be showing up. So I'm gonna finish welding up this power efficiency module, and then we are gonna try to figure out what is going on. So I'll just see 3 more steel plates to do that. And now it's gone. That doesn't make any sense. Let me finish this. And we'll see what is going on.
So you can see this was becoming quite distracting, having these things happen. And like I said, that it didn't keep disappearing and coming back. It was there the whole time. It's just it did not register on the HUD like all these other contacts do. Only when you're looking at it. Like there, you're not looking at it, you can't see it, even though I'm holding down the Alt to look at the contacts. It's still there. You just have to be looking at it. So we did get this, when I say straightened out, the next recording, this issue is gone. No explanation why. We may still have the little like atomic or spherical symbol popping up, but that was about it. So we got a little bit started on our base. We're going to keep working on it. Anytime you start a large project, of course, the first thing you got to think about is resources, and we are going to discover in the next episode that we are short on resources and we need to go get them. I also believe with our next episode that we encountered the audio issue that has plagued us with so many of these earlier recordings. So I'll have to figure out how to put that one together, and we're looking at well over 2 hours of raw footage. So, but we'll get it figured out. Thanks again for checking out the episode, guys. Remember, hit that like, subscribe, notification, and share button, and leave comments for us. I appreciate you watching this video. Again, it's a short one. I hope that works for you guys, and I didn't speed anything up. So I look forward to seeing you next time. We'll keep pushing. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always, always be safe. And I will see you on the other side. But until then, I should go.